Welcome to Texarkana College's Gensbar eLearning LMS training course, Lesson 9. In this lesson, you will learn how to create an assignment using the basic format, and you will also learn how to create an assignment using the file upload format. This first video will cover creating an assignment using the basic format. In this lesson, we're going to discuss the basic format. The basic format can be used for any type of assignment that you want the student to complete and send you a copy of by email, or they could deliver it to your office themselves, or they might even email, or not email it, but send it to you in regular postal mail. This is the same format that all the faculty members are using if they use Gensbar only as that online gradebook for their face-to-face classes. If you're wanting students to create something like a Word document, a PDF, or a PowerPoint, something similar to that, and you want them to send you a copy of their final product, you should actually use the file upload format instead of the basic format. And we will discuss the file upload format in video 2 of this lesson. So, to get into the basic format, once your class is open, go over to coursework in the sidebar and click on it. And then you want to click on add an assignment. And then of the choices, you're just going to go down to the all other activities basic format and click on it. And then you would type in whatever your assignment is going to be. So I'm going to say the assignment is going to be read Federalist paper number 10. So I want them to read Federalist paper number 10. And I want this to be part of the background to the Constitution, so I'm going to put it in my Unit 1. It is required. I'm going to put that in. I don't really have a listing out here where I would put that particular assignment. So say I want to stick that in part of their midterm exam. And I'll pick a due date, and I'm just going to run down to March 31st. And all I'm requiring them to do is to read this. And when do I want it? The assignment shown as open to the students so they can work on it. I'll put a date in, and I'll put the date in as yesterday. And I can display it to the students before it's actually open if I wanted to. You know, how many points am I going to count for this assignment? And again, depending on the type of an assignment it's going to be, if you're going to actually grade it, and you've got to put something in here because this is going to be graded, you would type in ever how many points it's worth and say your assignment's going to be worth 100 points. And as soon as I type the grade in, because it's not going to be graded automatically, I'll just leave it as soon as the grade is available. And I've got to realize that on the basic format, I'm going to have to manually insert the grades for each student. And I usually show them the class average. My step 2 basic assignment options. This has to do with LTI, Learning Tool Integration. There are currently no learning tools to choose from, so you don't have to worry about that. But my assignment is for the students to read something, and I could add some details about what they're supposed to read. And I'll just throw in here what I'm doing: Federalist number 10. And I'm not sure who wrote it right offhand. We'll just say James Madison wrote it. There is no addition. I could put the URL for the library in there if I wanted to. I could stick a label if it was just a book with certain chapters or pages that I wanted them to read, or if I wanted to throw a note in here what they're supposed to read. I could stick all of that in this information. And then if it was another reading, I could add another one here. Step three on the instructions, I would give it a description, a short, concise introduction here on the description. I actually leave that blank myself, just to keep information out from cluttering up the screen. Now my instructions would be to read Federalist number 10 and be prepared to take a test over it. And if I wanted to stick that file in here, I could, or actually if I could leave this out up here if I wanted to, and just on my instructions say read the file below and be prepared to take a test over it. And then when I get finished, I just click save your new assignment, and that assignment is going to be right there. And again, when I get ready to grade it, if I go to Federalist paper number 10, then there's where, after I've graded it and have all my grades down, that I can go through and put grades in for each student. And again, it's easier to just edit all grades and put their grades in that way if you've got a long list. And that's all there is to creating a basic format assignment. It's basically just a placeholder. You can put some instructions in there and then just go back, hand grade whatever they do, and then go back and put the grades in the grade book for them. So that's the end of video 1.